What's up, Explearners? Welcome to my channel. I'm so happy that you're here. In today's video, we are talking about how to get to your point so that people will listen. If you're interested in finding out more, stay tuned. One of the biggest communication challenges that I see with both men and women across industries is the inability to get to a point. Sometimes people just take way too long to get to the point, to get to the punchline, to get to the so what. So what do we do about that? How do we fix it? Well, today I have 3 frameworks that you can use starting right now to help you get to your point. And if you don't know how to get to the point, this will allow you to figure out what that point is so that you'll be able to express it without getting interrupted, right? It's really important because you don't want people thinking to themselves, can you just cut to the chase already? What is this about, right? We don't want people asking that question when they're interacting with us. Some people think that they're entitled to beat around the bush and hold on to the attention of the audience for as long as possible so they can ramble on without ever really getting to the point. Well, unfortunately for them, regardless of your status, if you're not able to get to your point and communicate effectively, then your message will not be conveyed clearly and succinctly and purposefully. So we're going to talk about ways of getting to the point using this 3 framework setup. Well, I don't really know. I guess what I'm trying to say is, let me get back to you on that. I don't really know, actually. Okay. So we've heard these kinds of hedging devices before, right? Ways of beating around the bush, of latching onto the audience's attention, but not really getting to the point. And if you're on the receiving end of that communication, you're just frustrated and wondering, okay, what is the point of this? And if you're the person expressing yourself in that way, well, I have good news for you. These strategies, these 3 frameworks are going to help you get to your point. Are you ready? So you may be wondering, okay, well, what's the big idea? Why is it so important that I get to my point? Well, here's why. If you dilly-dally, then people are probably not going to take you seriously. And 2, you'll increase the likelihood of getting interrupted. Studies show that women on a whole are more likely to get interrupted than men. Now, it happens to both men and women, but recent studies show that that's actually more harmful to women, not getting to the point, in fear of getting interrupted, right? Which you may be thinking, oh, it's not the end of the world, but it is, because if you cannot communicate, if you cannot get your message out there in social interaction, in a meeting, in a public speaking engagement, then that's actually a big issue. So the first framework is SFI. That stands for statement, fact, and insight. So how does it work? You make a statement or a claim, then you back it up with substantial information, evidence, facts that are tangible. So numbers, anecdotes, testimonials, something that will show the importance of this statement. And then you follow up with the insight, which is answering the question, so what? The other framework number 2 that you can use is called What Now Then. So first you set it up, you set up the environment. What's the big idea anyway? Then you talk about why it's relevant and important in this moment, and you follow it up with the next steps. What is the plan of action? What steps are we going to take to rectify the problem? And my last framework that you can use to get to your point, number 3, know thyself, know thy audience. When we have self-awareness and we are cognizant of our strengths and our weaknesses as a communicator, this is really important because it allows us to be aware of what we need to be mindful of when communicating. So if one of your weaknesses as a communicator is not being able to get to the point, then when you're trying to convey something that's really important and that you want people to listen to without getting interrupted, without getting heckled, then you're able to switch that on in your brain, keep it in the back of your mind, and be as succinct and concise and clear as possible. So once you have that self-awareness, you're able to take note of it and work on it. And of course, when making any point, you have to keep your audience in mind. Who they are, what they like, why they're there, because you don't want there to be a gap in understanding. So remember, you have to be aware of who am I speaking with, what are they here for, what do they want from me, what can I give them, right? What value can I add to their lives knowing what I know about these set of people, this group of interlocutors, this audience? How do you get your message to resonate with them? Alrighty, Explearners, that's it for this video. Give me a like if you liked it and share it with a friend, and be sure that you're subscribed so that you can get all the videos about communicating around the world effectively. I'll see you in my next video. Happy explearning!